Geeta, but we're seeing classical victim shaming here. The fact that this video has got released, it shows the alleged victim, say unkind things about the alleged perpetrator, takla, naukri kha jaungi. It's been released in a way that very clearly the Aam Aadmi Party is retweeting, putting out that same video. They are trying to now throw Swati Maliwal under the bus and say that she's the bad one. And the problem here is that there is a sense of deja vu, no matter who it may be, who's accused of, perpetrating violence against women or committing any crime, they always tend to do the same kind of things. Accuse the woman of bad behavior, say it's the woman somehow that's to blame.
Rahulji, it is so ironical that these are the same people who a decade back were on the roads asking for women's safety and regarding, the brutal assault of the brutal rape of Nirbhaya. And they are the ones who rode and took the political advantage. The kind of moral high ground on honesty, on character that they had taken, how they have fallen down on their faces today. It is so unfortunate to see that a woman like Swati Maliwal, who is part of the governance in the country, someone who's been the chairman of the Delhi Women Commission, she is a woman with agency. And if she in a place which is probably one of the safest in the country or at least in the capital, it seems that there are more than 180 CCTV cameras, which are guarding the house of the chief minister. If such a brutal assault, and it seems that there was some kind of a sexual assault also on her.
No. Now, let's not add stuff. Ma'am, we don't know whether the assault was sexual or not. Let's not add stuff. What happened was bad enough. Let's just stick to that. Now, don't add layers of accusations which haven't been leveled by the victim herself.
Absolutely, I know. The point that I want to add here is that on top of it, they are the person who is being accused pompously paraded along with the chief minister, along with another Rajya Sabha member, everywhere around the country, as if they do not care, as if
that's an important point, and that's what Piyush Joshi needs to respond to all supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party, particularly those who still think that that's a party with a difference, need to account for the fact that despite a public admission of the fact that there was physical assault against an AAP MP, the accused, the admitted accused in this case, is still walking around unabashedly, taking no action being taken against him. It's almost as if, because of his proximity to the chief minister, he thinks he can brazen this out.
Well, he certainly can't brazen any of it out, because the matter is in the hands of the law enforcement agencies. However biased they may be, but nevertheless, they have to take action on it. We may like Swati Maliwal for going to the police, or we may not like it. But the fact of the matter.
No, what's there to like or not? I don't like how you're framing that. It's her choice. She's a woman with agency. If she's been physically assaulted, it is Swati Maliwal's decision to file the FIR. What is it that you're saying? You like or don't like it? Why is it for you to decide?
That is what I'm trying to say. But the fact of the matter is that you have to take the statement made by her at its face value, and you have to investigate the matter, and you have to get to the bottom of it and then take a call on it. That is what is to be done by police as well as by Mr. Kejriwal ji as well. To my mind, Mr. Kejriwal ji cannot skirt this issue for a longer period of time. He has to respond, or someone from his office has to respond.
Karuna Nandi, in the way that AAP supporters are framing this, they're putting the onus of action on the police, that the Delhi police has now taken cognizance and FIR has been registered, and the Delhi police must act. Can the Aam Aadmi Party and the chief minister himself get away from having to take action? Because it's almost as if you're saying a police dekh legi, hame kuch nahi karna hai, till then he can be with me, no problem.
Absolutely not. The Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, is a party with a difference in one sense. They were the first party to set up an internal complaints committee in 2014. As far as I am aware, the BJP does not have such an internal complaints committee. So let us first be absolutely clear about that.
No, but now, what do we know about this internal complaints committee? If it's met, has it done something? Having a committee and the committee not doing anything, and the accused still standing with the chief minister doesn't mean anything. It's a committee in name only.
100%. Now, if you just let me finish. When there is an internal complaints committee, what does its presence mean? That there are two kinds of jurisdiction. One, the criminal jurisdiction? Is the person going to go to jail or not? Second, is the person in the party going to be protected against, in this case, non-sexual assault and beating in a allegedly very violent way? And is this going to be investigated? So what is it that I said when I first saw this issue? I believe Swati Maliwal. However, it is not about what I believe or don't believe. So what I said was suspend this man, investigate the issue. This is what the Internal Complaints Committee immediately should have done. This has not been done.
No, but we
right?
don't know, Sanju Verma, if this so-called Internal Complaints Committee has even met. What action has it taken? Because the Chief Minister himself and others around him aren't answering these questions. So there's no point in having a committee when a committee which doesn't meet, doesn't take any action when it needs to step up and do something.
You know, Rahul, I want to educate Karuna Nandi. In her opening remarks, while talking about Prajwal Revanna, she pointedly said, why has the CBI asked for a blue corner notice and not a red corner notice? Without being offensive, Ms. Nandi, you happen to be an advocate at the Supreme Court. I thought you would be more educated on this matter. Now let me tell you. Now please keep quiet. You lied on this show of Rahul Kavals. I will not allow you to get away.
I'm sorry, that's not acceptable. No, that's not acceptable. This is not okay. Like there has to be some
moderation. This is not done. Can I please come in?
Sorry, I'm going to have to leave the show unless this moderated in some way.
Okay, once again, can I have both people speak at one time? Let Sanju Verma make her point. We'll go back to Karuna for a counter soon after. Sanju, 30 seconds, complete your argument.
No, not 30 seconds. You know, I need at least a minute. Please don't be unfair, Rahul Kaval. Karuna Nandi, now listen loud and clear. A red corner notice is issued against a person wanted for extradition or a person against whom the relevant court in India has already served a sentence, but despite having a sentence served against him, the person has chosen to be a fugitive, and has flown the nest, flown India. In the case of Prajwal Revanna, thanks to the incompetence of the current Siddaramaiah government, there was no FIR filed, there was no SIT which was set up well in time, there was no court trial which was pending. So the CBI had to file a blue corner notice, which is called an inquiry notice, to gather information about the whereabouts of the person of interest. In this question, Prajwal Revanna. A red corner notice is only applicable when there is a court sentence that has been already served to the concerned person and he is a fugitive.
Prajwal Revanna
okay, now Sanju Verma has spoken. Let Karuna respond. Let Karuna. Once again, I don't want to get trapped into Prajwal Revanna just in this case. We've dealt with that separately and at length because this is about what happened with Swati Maliwal. Let's just for the time being stick to that. Let Karuna complete.
If I may be referred to as Nandi or Karuna Nandi, please, Rahul Kamal. I want to be very clear here. This kind of debate is something that is entirely unacceptable and I will not accept it. So, if I am to be here on another occasion, Mr. Kamal, I would hugely appreciate if somebody says that I am lying, then either they are muted or told very clearly to not speak in this manner. Otherwise, I will not be here on the next occasion. Thank you for giving me a chance to respond. With regard to what Ms. Verma is saying, it's entirely incorrect on the law. If she were to crack open a book, what she would understand is that a red corner notice is issued when there is a person who is accused of something. Now, today has a red corner notice been issued? No. Has the CBI asked for a red corner to be issued? No. Have a number of women given 164 statements? Yes. Is that sufficient to ultimately the statements of women to convict a person of sexual assault if it is of sterling quality, if it's consistent, if it is something that is not controverted by anything else? Yes. So frankly, let us not take the level of the debate saying that he said, she said, you know, this party did this, that party did that. Let us look at the fact that in the present cases that are before us, whether it is Swati Maliwal, whether it is Prajwal Revanna, because it is an election, they are all sweeping it under the carpet. I see that there is a news in multiple publications that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to set up an internal complaints committee. My only point about the internal complaints committee is that, one, it can be biased. Number two, that, however, as you correctly pointed out, this is a very important parallel remedy to a police investigation, right? It's to keep, say, if there is a comment that somebody makes to somebody in a political party, you may not want to go to the police, but you may not want to accept it, and you may want some kind of remedy from within the party. And so that is why internal complaints committee exists.
Okay.
However, the reason that local area committees also exist in the law and have not been set up is that if the internal complaints committee is biased, then you have to have somewhere to go. Has this government in the last 10 years set up a local area committee?
I think we're digressing from the issue because I'm trying to discuss what happens next in the Swati Maliwal case, whether action will be taken against Bibhav Kumar, the silence of the Aam Aadmi Party top leadership. That's where we want to concentrate this conversation around.